Everybody, so today we're going to review plan takeoffs. First thing we're going to do is go to our CRM and select the project. In this case, we're going to be working 9 Fenimore. We're then going to hit takeoff up here. And in plan takeoff, we're going to upload our PDF. All right, so in this case, let's find our 9 Fenimore plan. And it takes a few seconds here to upload. And the first thing we're going to do when they populate is set our scale. So our scale here is 1/4 to a foot. So we're going to go ahead and set scale. And you can set it by scale drop down, which is what we're going to do now. Or you can also use a calibration line. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit apply there. And what we want to do is check that we have the right measurement. So we're going to check on this 9 foot here. Let's go ahead and zoom in. Let's get over to our 9 foot and let's just go ahead and put a line here. Okay, and perfect. So it is 9 foot. We know that the takeoff is right as far as scale goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom out here and I'll show you some features here. So if we opened the right side here, you can see that our summary will be here for everything that we take off. I generally like to keep this off for now, but we can use linear to get the window measurements or the outside corners, inside corners, rakes, whatever you want as far as lines go. We can use a box to snap some measurements for the windows and doors, and of course areas for the siding. We can also count. This would be useful for maybe these columns here or brackets, and then we can also use this feature to hide certain things that we're working on. So let's go ahead and show you a box first. So let's say we wanted to do our windows here. Okay, so our scale, you can either select it with the plus or minus, or just go ahead and drop here. We were able to get this all the way to 1000% because some of these projects have very fine details. So I wanted to make sure that you guys had access to that. So let's go ahead and go to 400% here. And the pan works perfectly here. So let's go ahead and select box. We can select the color and just go ahead and start measuring. Now we're going to call these window 1. The folders, these are very important. If you want to stay organized, I strongly suggest you use these. So in this case, we're going to put window and door trim, front of house. Waste factor, you can include it here. So I'm going to go ahead and put 15%. And if we had any estimated items already pre-built, we can select them in here. So for example, I can select the 5/4 by 4 here if I wanted to for the window and door trim, since I know that's what I'm going to be using. Okay, so we're going to click Save. And now you're going to see that if I open this window here, here is our folder. And as we start now dropping more measurements in there, now we just call it window 2, select this, and again, optional, you can do that. And it's just going to keep adding these guys up here. So let's go ahead and just do this window, call it window 3. Well, let's not link it this time. We'll do this window here. Okay, and then we'll do this door here as well. All right, so this one we'll call door 1. And let's just go ahead and link that one as well. All right, so you can see that our 4 windows and 1 door. All of the trim measurements are here. Here's our total lineal footage. All right, so that's saved. So now I want to zoom back out, and I want to look at some of these fascias here. So let's go ahead and select a different color. And again, let's just zoom in a little bit more. Select our line. And let's go ahead and start. So double click. We're going to put fascia 1. Okay, and we're going to call this fascias 1 by 8 by 18 front of house. Okay, and again, we can link it if we want to. And then we're going to save that. And again, it's going to start populating now in its own folder here. So you can see after you have a full plan and you do these all in a way that's nice and neat, it's going to be much easier for you and your estimating team to review all of the dimensions that you have. So this one's a little bit trickier. Let's go ahead and put this one in here. Okay, and again, double click and we finish. So these are for you only, right? So the customer doesn't see these, so it's really up to you, whatever you want to name these or the folders that you want to use. I'm just showing you guys what I do, right? Best practice. Let's just finish with this guy here. Okay, I'll call this fascia 3. Okay, and go ahead and link it to 1 by 8 as well. Okay, so now if we come back out, you can see that we've got some fascias done. We've got our door and window trim done. So let's go ahead and do some siding. So let's go ahead and select area. And let's start with this nice wall here, this rectangular wall. So we're going to go down here and zoom in. Okay. And we are going to select our points. So let's just go ahead and we'll cut this out. So we'll make this easy. So we're going to go straight there, up to here, and just select this big rectangle. All right, let's just call this area 1. I believe these were certainteed cedar impressions on this project. Okay. Call it that, and again, put your waste factor in. Let's not select an item for that one right now. Okay, so we have this, but as you guys know, we have to deduct this window and these garage doors, right? Because siding doesn't go in there. So you can see our area right now is 300 square feet, 303 square feet, or 3 square, which is visible there. Let's go ahead and deduct. So to do that, we're going to just hide, and we're just going to go and get rid of this. So we don't have to type anything here. Just select the area that you're subtracting from and click Save. So now you see that there is an area here and a deduct, which is going to subtract this from your area. Okay, so as long as you select the correct folder, it'll show up correctly. And if you wanted to verify that it did work, obviously you can see the 3 areas here that we've deducted. So now we have 186 square feet. And if you click the view again, you'll see the minus here in these areas, right? So that's just an easy way to see that. So zoom out, you can see there's a lot of other things we can do here. I mean, we can take off the corners here, right? Let's try the count tool. So if I wanted to count how many of these guys I have, let's just go ahead and place these here. All right, so I know I've got 6 columns in the front of the house, right? So yeah, this is your Takeoff tool. Again, this works really well.